Tiffany and Tiffany.
Good morning, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me, I was wrong myself.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
The meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. At this time, any members of the public who wish to speak shall each have 5 minutes. All right, if there are none, we'll go to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes of the January 19th regular meeting and the January 12th and 24th special meetings.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 2 is to consider or approve the purchase of a 2022 Cat 140 motor grader through Sourcewell for Precinct 2.
And all that suitable to you,
It is.
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 3, budget transfers and amendments.
Make a motion to close the budget transfers.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve and pay the bills.
Mother Bill.
On, Big Creek here,
Okay,
on 939. Did I get some from Big Creek? I thought we had all, nice road.
Miss,
The Millings was Big Creek.
What you doing on that?
Yeah. Remember I bought 17 loads of.
Oh, that big, okay, that's, yeah, oh, yeah. I didn't know it was going to be Big Creek.
That's it.
You make the motion?
yes, sir.
Sir.
all in favor, aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 5 is to approve the payroll. You have admin time in the district clerk's office. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion, to pay the payroll.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 6, reports. I have a report for the month of January from JP3, and a report for January from Constable Precinct 2. If not, do we have a motion to accept these reports?
Oh, my,
Sorry.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 7, burn ban.
If we decide to lift it, I would recommend having it on the standards of, it goes back into effect by 9 a.m. Monday.
That what now?
It goes back into effect 9 a.m. on Monday. We are gonna get a little bit of rain, but the grass is still dead. You know, this little bit of freeze that we're also gonna get is not gonna help that. So if we were to lift it, allow some people to burn, and if they have stuff to burn over the weekend while we have this weather coming in, then we can, as long as it goes back into effect Monday.
In the month of January in Teague, we ran almost 40 fire calls, and I would say about half of those were grass fires. More than half of that was burn ban violations. So this freeze is gonna do nothing but kill the vegetation. Even if there's water on the ground, when the wind dries the vegetation out, it's gonna catch on fire, and we're gonna get fire trucks stuck. So
I don't need to leave the
I
barn
think
down.
we leave it on.
If something did happen, and if there was a fire, when there was
Can't
ice, that would
Grass
really,
catches on fire and it rains, y'all get out there and get stuck, you know?
Yes, sir.
thank you for that. All right, the burn ban is still on. Item number 8, special road use agreements, permits, and bonds.
County Road 536 and 540.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is, it's a bond, it's in my bill. I don't know them already. 536 and 540,
Yeah,
it's in yours.
yeah, Flowerwood. This was in your bond, in your pay.
That's not a $25,000 bond.
You wanna table it till you look at it, Andy?
Yes.
All right, there's no action on item number 8. We'll go to item number 9, to approve bonds and education certificates for the county officials and employees. I do have one for the auditor's office staff. And it is for both of those positions, Ms. Bond is. it's in the amount of $10,000. Do we have a motion to approve that?
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 10 is to consider authorizing the Texas Independence Day fireworks sales. And this one is different. The others, we're restricting, but we have to do this one for Texas Independence Day to authorize. So we do want to authorize it. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Authorize the sales. We have a motion to authorize Texas Independence Day fireworks sales.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 11 is to approve an agreement for the joint primary election services with the county elections officer, state of Texas, and Freestone County. You want to say anything about that?
Nope.
This election administrator? Okay.
What is it?
What's it mean?
Yeah, what is
That's
it?
in the agreement.
Well, it's just for the, I've got Fairfield ISD wanting me to do their elections, Teague ISD, Wortham ISD, and all that. So in May 7th, I'll do theirs, but right now we're working on the primaries, which is, we've got to get that in the newspaper and on my website as to when the primary election's going to be, where the elections are going to be taking place at each of the polling places and stuff. So we've got to get that authorized and signed so that we can make it public.
And we have, we do an agreement with, what I was looking at
With
is
Doug and with the Republican chair and the
Yes.
Democratic chairs.
both of the chairs.
Yes.
Democratic chair.
For us, for me, well, just last week I heard, I had a phone call from a man named Chris Brooks, said Richard Odell had resigned. And that's all he said. So I sent via email the contract to this Chris Brook, and he had it signed by a Rosa Clauston.
Rose Clough.
Rose
Clausen
Clauston,
or something.
yeah.
I can't really-
And so they signed it, and he gave me authority to pick their judges and everything and basically run their side of the election.
But we said you would make the list and then.
Yes, send it to him so he could make
This
sure.
person, we looked this up and they are the, this is for the Democratic Party. They are the voter protection director
Yeah.
for the Democratic Party. So that is being done through the association or whatever. But they are the official person that would sign this to contract with the county. And that's both parties for us to
Handle the elections. Yes.
Make a motion to approve the agreement for joint primary election service.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Now, item number 12 is to approve the agreement for a joint election to be held for the city of Teague, the city of Fairfield, and the city of Wortham. And that joint election, basically, what it means is for us to furnish the machines and hold that for
Yes, it'll be on the same day as the constitutional
Mhm.
election, May 7th. So,
That's when their elections normally are,
right.
yes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now,
It's like May
let's
24th.
Let's go down to number 14 before we do 13. 14 is to approve the agreement for joint elections to be held for the Teague ISD, the Fairfield ISD, and the Wortham ISD.
Make that motion.
Second.
We got all the city, all the schools. And the ground.
So are we gonna program the machines for them?
Yes,
They'll all be programmed? Do we have enough machines to do all those plus is that the same time the constitutional elections are gonna be held on that day?
And that's the next thing we're talking about, number 13, which is to consider consolidating precincts for the May 7th constitutional amendment election. Normally, those constitutional amendment things are on November, but this time we have one for May, and there are two constitutional amendments. The first proposition is the constitutional amendment authorizing the legislature to provide for the reduction of the amount of a limitation on the total amount of ad valorem taxes that may be imposed for general, elementary, and secondary public school purposes on the residence, homestead of a person who is elderly or disabled to reflect any statutory reduction from the preceding tax year and the maximum compressed rate of the maintenance and operation taxes imposed for those.
What, Bobby,
If we want clarification, I think
Comment on
we need layman's
that's a
terms.
lot of words.
Is that what's on the ballot?
Basically, the constitutional amendment increasing the amount of the residence homestead exemption from ad valorem taxation for public school purposes from 25 to 40,000.
No, that's a yes.
Well, that I understand.
That's a yes.
And Proposition 2 is proposing a constitutional amendment increasing the amount of the residence homestead exemption, from 25 to 40. It says that's number 2. Yes, I'm sorry. That's Proposition 2. So both of these have to do with some changes in basically exemptions, is the way I put it, for a plain reading of it. That's the only thing that's going to be for the county. Now, the question is, are we going to open every precinct, voting precinct, for these two? Are we going to consolidate our precincts and,
Will there be 2 weeks early voting for that?
Yeah, at least
I wouldn't think so, just for those two, but that's,
I think there's.
I thought about that, but I didn't look back at that. I don't know if we have to have early voting on this. I don't remember reading anything about early voting.
yeah. I haven't gotten that far on that, because I'm basically,
Isn't that election the same day as the school boards and the mayors and stuff? Are any
The
bonds
actual
at the
election
city?
day is, yes.
Okay.
But it's kind of like in November, we have an actual election date of that first Tuesday.
Yeah, I
But
call it.
then we have, the 2 weeks before, but I've not seen anything that was said, because this is, just a little different kind of election, since it's constitutional. I'm not swearing to it, but I haven't seen anything in the reading that we've done.
So the people at St. Elmo or at the lake, would they have to come to Fairfield to vote for school board? And then vote up there, or what, are they gonna vote for school board up there, or what?
That's a good question, because I am a resident of Nebraska County, and the school board, the Fairfield schools is what I pay taxes to, so I'd like to know if I would be eligible to vote in a county I don't live in.
You are, because you are within that precinct.
School district.
Yes, but if you come to Fairfield, to the school, to vote in the school election, then things for Freestone County won't be on your ballot. Yours would just be a school ballot.
But up there, they would be Fairfield School District, and it would be for the constitutional amendment.
I don't know. Don't,
St. Elmo people go to Fairfield schools?
You have to.
Since it's a joint election. Normally, they come to the school. I guess you could have those on the same ballot, yeah.
Yes.
And I'd like to see them vote at the Southern Oaks Clubhouse, where they normally vote.
And that's in Freestone County.
Yes, sir.
And we vote at the Winkler Lodge down the road from there in Navarre County.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but we vote for Fairfield school taxes in Navarre County. Our school board,
And that would be on your alley,
Yeah,
would take
alley
care of that,
Yeah.
with your part.
Yes.
Yeah, she would get with her ES&S people, they would do it on a thumb drive and put it on your ballot over there. So.
The Fairfield School District?
What he would be, like, what each precinct would be voting for is gonna be on different ballots. So what he in his area would be voting for will be on his part of his ballot.
My
That's
precinct
it.
308 is
Yes.
the Fairfield school taxes. I don't know what other precincts, I'm the precinct commissioner. I'm the precinct chair of that.
So are we going to have all 13 precincts voting that day?
I just want the one at the lake to be able to vote there. I'm the rest
At
of
Southern Oaks?
for school and for
All right, so,
in the amendments.
Is Dude not needing to have an election this time? Is that why
They have
they're-
not called me.
haven't had one in years.
There was a deadline for them to get it on through their school board and everything, and so they've not reached out to me.
so are you saying that everybody in your precinct is gonna go to Southern Oaks?
No.
Where are the other people gonna go?
Work will work, sure, work will vote and work because it's a city election.
Yeah. We had planned on having one in Wortham.
But we would have to vote, will we have to do a separate vote for the Wortham?
Yeah.
Wortham would be voting for Wortham. School.
Yes, on their ballot, if for Wortham, it would be strictly on their computer area.
Okay, but what about, like 6th,
Or-
Curtin?
They'll still vote for Wortham.
They have to go to Wortham. Okay.
So we're gonna pick and choose boxes, is what we're supposed to do.
Well, that's what I'm trying to
I'm
figure out how that's
trying
gonna
to
work.
keep people from having to drive 35 miles from the lake all the way to Wortham to vote, when people live 8 miles from Curvin to vote.
I understand, but I'm trying to figure out who's gonna go where, is what we need to know, is who's consolidating. If you're gonna have Southern Oaks,
It's the box at the lake,
Fox,
like the box at the lake will vote at the lake,
okay,
and and they'll also vote for Fairfield School up there.
that's
Because the
right.
people in Wortham won't vote for Fairfield School. They only vote for Wortham School.
Okay, what about all right, for
So he
example,
wants 8 open, he wants 1 open, and he wants 7 and 6, and you want cotton gin and
7, 6, and 9, are they going to Wortham?
They're going, where do they pay school tax at?
So you want the boxes to consolidate?
I have three school districts, Fairfield, Wortham, and T. So they're gonna have to go somewhere to vote for it.
I don't know that the school districts go by voter precinct lines, though.
A lot of times they've been having it, like Wortham usually has it at the school, but this year we were talking about just doing it at the community center type thing where we
So we can't divide the boxes like everybody in, which ones are split, which boxes are split. The thing about it is, they can program the ballot so that the ballot that you get, you may have more than one. Like one of your voting precincts maybe have 2 school districts within that voting precinct.
That's right.
It'd be fun. I just want the people at the lake to be able to vote at the lake, and the people where, if they wanna vote in Wortham, they can all, the rest of them can come to Wortham and vote there.
What is that?
I know I'm not saying that very well, but if you have a voting precinct that is split, all how are we gonna,
Which one is split? The lake is not split, correct? It's all Fairfield. It's all Fairfield School District in the constitutional limits.
how far out does the Wortham School District go? It's-
Over in the Bear County.
Well, do you
No,
have,
I mean
do you have like
south.
towards Kirby, do you have people in Kirby that are in Tick School District?
They're in Wortham.
They're all in work.
Okay, what about Cotton Gin?
T,
They'd probably be in T.
Is it all in Tig? It may not be. Some of them are gonna be kind of split, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm sorry.
Congen may not all come to Tig.
That's right, they may, but most of them would, yeah.
It's still constitutional election for everybody.
So you see what the idea is to get, but,
I'll look at them. And see
because if
what
we,
can.
for example, Cotton Gin, if we consolidate Cotton Gin with Tig, the people would go to Cotton Gin, go to Tig to vote, but on their ballot, some people would get a Wortham School District ballot, and some people would get a Tig.
Tig.
So it's just consolidating the box, telling them where to go to vote. And then she'll figure out on the ballots who votes on which ones. So are we gonna consolidate Cotton Gin with who? Tig? Are you writing that down?
What about Streetman? Where they go to,
So 4 goes to
they go
Tig.
to Fairfield.
4 goes to Tig. 7,
Is that Straightman?
Wortham.
I think that's Streetman.
Streetman's
Oh, here,
15.
everybody's, let me give you this. We just need the number of where we want people supposed to vote.
Well, these are
Am
not.
I right about that? Am I saying that right?
15 is Streetman, 7 is Wortham.
you don't want these?
7 is Wortham, okay. So we're gonna have, 7 is Wortham,
Isn't everybody in the county voting on the constitution?
4 is going to Tig,
Stuff would be-
what about 6?
Six would go to 7.
6 is going to Streetman,
Wortham.
Wortham. 6 is going to Wortham,
6 would go to 7.
6 to Wortham.
What a number.
All right, 15 is,
Goes to 1.
goes to 1 or 15 goes to,
Is that Straightman went to Fairfield?
Yeah, 1.
15 to 1. Okay, 8 stays where it is.
Yeah.
11, going around, that's your,
Eleven and 13 would have to go to 2. Be put together, wouldn't they?
11,
Or would,
11 would go to 13, which is due. Well,
or
okay. Did you say
we have the
due?
community center for 11. A lot of people in 11 will be Fairfield ISD, so they're gonna be voting on constitutional amendments plus ISD.
Right.
So would that election need to be held at the Butler Center?
We can, if you want to consolidate it with view, they can, show that on the ballots, you know, they'll, whatever ballot, they need for which school district. You know, there may be 3 or 4 different ballots in there.
There's gonna be
You want
several different
consolidate.
ballot styles like that.
And-
We'll have several different ballot styles like
Yes,
this.
yes.
Do you think it would be good to consolidate 11 and 13
Yeah, they do.
and have it at 13.
11 is gonna go to 13 due. What about 2?
We're gonna carry 12.
We ain't got 12.
Hmm?
What now?
12?
12?
There ain't no 12.
There
Well,
isn't a
cancel.
12 there isn't a 12 anymore.
We don't have 12.
So that's all in one now?
Mhm.
That's all in one? Different colors on the
I
map.
think 2 goes first.
Different colors.
Get your colors straight.
Well, that was the first map that, and that's the only one I could find that had the numbers written on it like that, so, sorry about that. 2 goes to,
I would say 1.
box 2 is gonna vote in Fairfield.
3 and 10 go to 5, I guess.
3 to 5, that's T,
And 10.
and 5 to, no, I'm sorry. And 15, 5,
5, 10, and 3 and 2.
3 and 10 go to, go to 5.
Yeah.
3 and 10 go to 5. That brings us around to 9. I don't think we talked about 9. Down 4.
If I need to go 2,
I don't think so.
10 or more.
9 to 5.
Where did we say 4 was going?
4 is going to T.
We don't have no 5 to the lake.
Hmm?
You don't have 9 go to the lake.
Which is, what is number 9? What is number 9?
No, number 9 is south of 84.
I understand. Now, go T.
Yes, I've got 9 goes to 5. That's T. Does that cover everything?
Looks like it.
What is this?
That's you. That's 2 goes on up in there.
This white? What is that number? Is that a number right
I
there?
think this white now took all that in. This number 1 took all that in.
Okay.
And this goes down into number 2.
So
I-
this
we just
white
couldn't-
right here.
Goes into,
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
So 8's by itself, 7 gets 6,
Yep.
Fairfield gets 15 and 2, Lou gets 11, and Tig gets 10, 3, 9, and 4.
10, 3, 9,
3, 5, 9, and 4.
and 4. And 5 is T.
5 is Tig. I'll make that motion.
All right, and so that is item number 13, to consider consolidating precincts for the May 7th constitutional amendment election. And so we have a motion to consolidate precincts for that election. You want me to give you those numbers again?
Yes.
We're having, let me see what we have in here. So we're having elections in King, Fairfield, and Morton. And Southern Oaks, which is number
8.
8. Number 8. So there'll be 4 polling places open.
5. We got
Oh, what?
2.
New.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And new is
13
13.
plus 11.
All right.
Fairfield, Wortham, Southern Oaks, Unity.
Tig, Fairfield, Wortham, and Southern Oaks will be the polling places. And voting box 4, 3, 10, 4, 3, 10, and did you say 9? 9?
I'll do 5.
What about 14?
9 to 5, okay. Voting box 6 will vote at Wortham. Voting box 15 will vote at Fairfield.
And 2.
And voting box 2 will vote at Fairfield. Is that all of our numbers?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear about where 14 would be voting.
There's
Langley.
not a 14.
They got consolidated.
12 and 14.
Langley got moved
Okay.
to 13
To 13.
because the church
Mhm.
is for sale and shut down and all
Keep
that.
that follows, good voters from Langley.
All coming to do.
All right.
All right, then. Voting box, did I give you voting box 2 goes to Fairfield?
Yes.
2. Was that 1, 2? And 3 goes to Tig, correct? Donnie? 3 to Tig. Is that, okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is a voting box at Tig.
Where did 7 go?
So, 7
Seven.
is Wortham, that's,
Okay.
that is staying the same. Streetman, is Streetman,
Fairfield.
Streetman is going to Tig?
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
Fairfield gets Straightman and precinct 2.
That looks like all the numbers, that sound,
Okay, I have box 4, 3, 10, and 9 will go to Tig.
correct?
I have box 6 will go to Wortham.
No,
Yes.
6 is, oh, yeah, 6 is going to Wortham.
And box 15 and 2 will go to Fairfield.
Yes.
Okay, so Tig is box 5, is that correct?
Tig is box 5,
And Fairfield is 1?
yes,
Okay. I think we have it
and
straight.
U is 13.
And 8 by itself.
8's by itself, and Dewey, 13 has precinct 11 and 10.
Yes,
Okay, so do you,
It's 13
Here's 13.
it's 13.
plus precinct 11.
yeah,
Okay,
and Wortham is 7,
okay, I have that.
plus box 6.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And that's the motion. The first part is, motion is to consolidate precincts for the May 7th constitutional amendment election. And then that list,
Okay.
into whatever word connecting that is the motion.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And there's no early voting anywhere?
I don't think, I haven't seen anything about early voting. You think? Beth, would you go do a little search and see if there's gonna be early voting for the May?
Does it? I don't know. I've not gotten that far.
You're working on it right now?
The primary.
All right. You have that written down. let's hold that vote for a moment then,
Okay.
and we'll come back up to that. Let's go ahead, we'll be doing the rest of it until we see if we're gonna have to address early voting.
I was reading about it yesterday, but I didn't get very far.
Item number 15 is to award the bid for the 2010 Ford F-350 single rear wheel 4x4 diesel truck for precinct 3.
We have one bid.
A moment of truth.
$6,000, Diego Ruiz.
Make a motion to accept that bid.
Okay.
All in favor, aye.
Uh,
All, any opposed? None, motion carries. Item number 16 is to accept funds for the precinct 3 from Oneaco,
One oak,
One Oak,
one oak.
Inc. for road damages to Freestone County Road 360 for $2,500.
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
They cut the road to do a pipeline repair, and, we put some.
Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 17 is to upgrade the Ethernet connection with Windstream. And I believe, didn't you get with Windstream, and they said we'd have to redo the,
I got with GrantWorks, and what they told me is that we would have to send them the solicitation packet or whatever that we sent out for our internet company, and all who we sent it to. Did we send it out to a minority or a woman-owned company? And needed all the specifications. So as far back as our software goes, which is 2010, we use Windstream, so we don't have any of that information to send to them. But Windstream did recommend to Jeannie, if we are going to proceed with the centralized dispatch in that building, that we would probably want to go to the 1 gig, but it's whatever y'all want to do.
It's still, even the 1 gig, still $230 a month cheaper than we're paying right now.
yeah.
Right,
So whether it's grant money or not, it's a no-brainer.
it is, yeah.
We just hope we could pay through it for it through
Right.
there, but it's not gonna be feasible. So do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion
Second.
to go with the 1 gig Ethernet connection.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Let's pass on this number 18. Let's see if she has an answer for us on voting. Let's take about a 5-minute break.